Students, please don't type anything in your in the chat, okay, until and unless asked for a question. So now we'll start with the part. So are you able to see the screen, students, now? I think you should be able to see the screen. Okay. Yeah. Now let us look at the first part. So what is morphology? Morphology is the study of external forms of organisms. So ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay. So now in this we are studying morphology of flowering plants. Flowering plants means angiosperms. Angiosperms. So they have two major parts. One is the root system, the other one is the shoot system. Shoot system is above the ground, root system is below the ground. Okay. Then stem, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Go to the next part. Now look at the students. The root. So what is the root? Root is the underground part of the plant. So what is it formed from? It is formed from the radicle. It is formed from the radicle. Are you understanding? Radicle. Radicle. Radicle of the embryo. Radicle forms the root. Plumule forms the shoot. Plumule forms the shoot. Okay. So take this down. Done. So now in the root, we have three types: taproot, fibrous root, and adventitious root. So what is a taproot? A taproot consists of the primary root. ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇದು primary root. Okay. And its branches, lateral roots. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ side ಗೆ branch ಬಂದಿದೆಯಾ? This is a lateral root. Okay. From the lateral root, you will have tertiary roots. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ branches ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So this is seen in dicots. This is seen in dicots. So the primary root is elongated from the radicle. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಬೆಳಿತಾನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. It is elongated from the radicle. Example, mustard plant. So in the exam, if they give example of any dicot plant, you should be able to say that it has taproot. Okay. So take it down, students. Done. So then fibrous root. So this is seen in monocotyledons. So the primary root is short. In what happened in taproot, the primary root was growing. Here the primary root is short. Okay. Okay. First short. It doesn't grow much. then it is short lived. That means it will be surviving only for some time, and after that it is replaced by large number of roots like this, which will arise from the base of the stem. This is known as fibrous root. This is known as fibrous root. So keep that in mind. This is known as fibrous root. Okay, take down. This is known as fibrous root. Take it down, students. Then adventitious root. So adventitious roots can be seen both in monocots and dicots, but they arise from plant parts other than the radicle. So yellow stem in the barbodo, bere barbodo. So those are called as adventitious roots. Take down example grass monstera. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? So this is important. Take it down. ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟರಾ ಬ್ಯಾನಿಯನ್ ಟೀ. ಸೊ ಇದೇನು ಭೂಮಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Now take down regions of the root. So we have the root cap region, region of meristematic activity, region of elongation, region of maturation, and root hairs. So basically we divide it into just 3 parts, but take down all this so that you will understand why are they ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡೋಣ. Now root cap. So it is the covering at the apex of the root. Can you see here? At the tip of the root, that is called as the root cap. So it protects the tender apex of the root. Can you see this part? So here the cells will keep dividing and it will be the soft part. It will protect the tender apex of the root. Done. So take it down. Then we have the region of the meristematic activity. So in the region of the meristematic activity, a tender andre enu andre soft anta artha. Soft part. This will be the soft part. Idu direct soil touch adre the cells will rupture and die. So athara agbaradu anbittu root cap irutte. Okay. So just root above the root cap. Okay. There is a region of meristematic activity. Here the cells are very small, thin walled with dense protoplasm, and they divide rapidly. So what does it mean? Here they have meristematic cells. So keep that in mind. Here they have meristematic cells. Okay. These meristematic cells will divide rapidly. Okay. Keep that in mind. These meristematic cells will divide rapidly. Done. Take it down. Let's go to the next one. Region of elongation. So what is region of elongation? Here, the meristematic cells which have divided, okay, will now start growing and elongating and enlarging. Okay, so here what is happening, the cells are all growing and they are elongating. So this is called as region of elongation. It helps in growth of the root in length. It helps in growth of the root in length. So this part, take it down. So even here they are meristematic cells only, but they are just growing. Okay, the last one. So the region proximal to elongation root. What does it mean? Proximal means very close to the elongation root. Proximal andre hatra irodu anta artha. Proximal to elongation zone. Here the cells differentiate and they mature. They'll form different other type of cells. Which are the other type of cells? Xylem, phloem, parenchyma, and all that. The meristematic cells will differentiate into other type of cells. Take down, students. Then the region of maturation will have very fine, delicate thread-like structures formed from the epidermal cells in the region behind the region of elongation. Can you see here? So they absorb water and minerals from soil. The root hairs are unicellular extensions from the roots, which help in absorption of water and mineral salts. Take it down. Take it down, students. So each part in this chapter is very important. Okay. Now we'll look at different modifications of root. Modification with changes antartha. So the roots, the main function is anchorage to soil, absorption of minerals, okay, and passage of water from root to different parts of the plant. So other than the normal absorption of water, mineral salts and all that, you'll have other modifications. So in some plants, roots are modified to perform functions other than absorption and conduction. Which are they? Swollen roots for storage. So food store ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Prop roots for attachment. Prop roots for attachment. Stilt root also for mechanical support and pneumatophores. So we'll go one by one. First one, modification of the root. Okay, for food storage. For food storage. So take down examples. Examples are important. Please don't write down potato here. Potato is a stem modification. Next, modifications of roots. See here, prop roots. So these are hanging roots that support the tree. Can you see here? Banyan. So alad mara. So banyan, they help in mechanical support. So they help in supporting the banyan tree. So take it down. Then stilt roots. So where do you see the stilt roots? Especially in sugar cane. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಈಗ ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಕಬ್ ತಿಂದಿರ್ತೀರ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ, ಹಬ್ಬದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಾಟಮ್ ನೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟು ದ ಸಾಯಿಲ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಥರ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೇ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಇನ್? ದೇ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಇನ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಕಬ್ಬಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿದೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಲೋಯರ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್. ಸೊ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಡೌನ್. They are found in the lower nodes of the stem. Done. So we go to the next one, pneumatophores. So what are pneumatophores? Pneumatophores are the roots that come out of the ground and they grow vertically upwards. So these soils are deficient in oxygen. That means there is no ventilation in the soil. So those cells are not getting sufficient amount of oxygen. So rhizophora growing in swampy areas. So what happens in rhizophora? You should know that the soil is highly swampy. So full soil ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಏರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗೋಕೆ ದಾರಿ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. That is why it will come out. Okay, and it will absorb oxygen from the air. None? Now, what are the functions of the root? Remember, I told you absorption of water and minerals from soil, provide proper anchorage. Anchorage and attachment to the soil. Okay. Then storage of reserve food material and synthesis of plant regulators like auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, and all that. So take it down. Now we go to the stem. What is the stem? Stem is the ascending part of the axis that develops from the plumule. Root develops from the radicle. Shoot develops from the plumule of the embryo of a germinating seed. So what does it have? It bears branches, leaves, fruits, flowers, okay, nodes and internodes. So take it down. Buds can be terminal buds or axillary buds. Terminal buds are the buds that are found in the ends at the terminal parts. Axillary buds are the axils that is close to the petiole of the leaf in the nodes. Take it down. Now, what are nodes? Nodes are the regions of the stem where the leaves are born. Where the leaves are born. Internodes. Internodes are the portions between two nodes. So can you see here? If this is a node, this is the internode. A young stem is generally green and later often becomes woody and dark brown. So keep this in mind. Later becomes woody and dark brown. Done. Let's go to the next part. What are the functions? So it helps in spreading out branches, bearing leaves, flowers, and fruits. It conducts water and minerals and phosphates and photosynthesis that are produced in different parts. Some stems help in food storage, support, and protection. So take it down, students, fast. Let's go to the next one. What are the modifications of the stem? So take all of these names fast, students, take them down. Okay, students, we'll go to the next one for food storage. So here, what is happening? Here, stems are modified for food storage. They'll have the other characters of stem, like nodes and internodes, but they may not bear leaves, flowers, and all that. So they are found below the soil. So the underground stem for food modification are potato, ginger, turmeric, zameenkand, and colocasia. So please do write down the examples. The examples are very important. They also act as organs of perennation to tide over conditions unfavorable for growth. So what do you mean by organs of perennation? These will again grow back. So keep that in mind. So an unfavorable condition, they'll stay inside the soil, and once the favorable conditions come in, they'll grow back. So take it out. Okay. Next, modification of stem for support. Stem tendrils. So they are slender and spirally coiled structures which develop from the axillary buds. So what do you mean by axillary buds? At the base of the leaf. Okay. So they help the plants to climb. Example, gourds, cucumber, pumpkins, watermelons, and grapevines. So take down. Ridge gourd ಅಂತಾರೆ ಹೀರೆಕಾಯಿ. Okay, bitter gourd, hagelkai, ಆತರ all the gourds. Done. So we go to the next one, thorns. So thorns are woody, straight, and pointed structures which develop from the axillary buds again. So they protect plants from browsing animals. Browsing animals ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇಯೋ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು. Example like goat, sheep, and all that. Okay. Citrus and bougainvillea. Done. So next one, phylloclade. So what is a phylloclade? Phylloclade is a flattened or fleshy cylindrical stem containing chlorophyll for photosynthesis. Containing chlorophyll for photosynthesis. It is found in some plants and and plants of arid regions and plants of arid regions. Okay. So remember this here. The classical example for it is cactus, that is opuntia. The stem is flattened and it is green, okay, because of the presence of chlorophyll, and it can perform photosynthesis. And even here, it's an example for a xerophytic adaptation. Remember, it is an example for xerophytic adaptation. Are you understanding? Xerophytic adaptation. It has sunken stomata also. The leaves are all modified to spines. The leaves are all modified to spines. Done. So next we go to the next one, modification stems for propagation. Here, stolon. See, you would have heard this word in the second year chapter, that is in sexual reproduction, flowering plants, and sorry, first in reproduction in organisms, stolon, offset, and all that. So, stolon is a slender lateral branch that arises from the base of the main axis. Can you see here? It is arising from this part, from the base of the main axis. Then it is growing like this. Okay, to growing aerially. Some point it will arch down, touch downwards. It will grow like this. For example plants like mint and jasmine. Example like mint and jasmine. Take it down. So pudina ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಬೇಗ. Done. So next we go to offset. So what is offset? Offset is a lateral branch with short internodes. In runner, we had a long internode. In runner, we had a long internode, but here it is a short internode. And at each internode, what is happening? You have a rosette of leaves and a tuft of root. Rosette is a group of leaf and a tuft of roots. So each internode is there. Example in aquatic plants like Pistia and Eichhornia. Eichhornia you would have studied this year. It's also called as terror of Bengal. Terror of Bengal. The other name for it is water hyacinth. Done. So we go to the next one, sucker. So sucker, what is happening? Lateral branches arise from the base of the underground main stem. Can you see here? So main stem ಇದೆ ಇದು, ಇದರಿಂದ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ತರ suckers. Lateral branches that arise from the base of the underground main stem. ಸೊ ಮೇನ್ ಗಿಡ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಸೈಡ್ ಇಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಳೆ ಗಿಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು, ಮೇನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಳೆ ತರ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೆಳ್ಕೊಳತ್ತೊಂದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಪೂಜೆಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಬಾಳೆಕಂದು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಈ ತರ ಮೇನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಇಂದ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ದಿ ಮೇನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್. ಇಟ್ ಗ್ರೋಸ್ ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲಿ ಬಿನೀತ್ ದಿ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಕಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ರೈಸ್ ಟು ಲೀಫಿ ಶೂಟ್ಸ್. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸೈಡ್ ಬಂದು ಬೆಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಮೂವ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬನಾನಾ pineapple and chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಸೇವಂತಿಗೆ. So take it down. Done. So we go to the next one. Underground stems of some plants. Example, grass and strawberry. Spread to new niches when the older parts of plants die and the new plants are formed. So ಇದು ಹೇಗಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಳೇದು ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೊಸದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬೆಳ್ಕೋತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಬೆರಿ, ಹುಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ. Done. So next, the leaf. The leaf is a lateral flattened structure borne on the stem. It develops at the node and bears a bud in its axil. So ಎಲ್ಲಿ node ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗೋದು leaf. It does not come from the internode. It has a flattened structure. So ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವ ನಿಮಗೆ, it is flat. So at the node and bears a bud in its axil. So what is that bud? Axillary bud. Remember, I was telling you about axillary buds getting transformed into tendrils, thorns, and all that. Okay. So leaves originate from the shoot apical meristems. Shoot apical meristems are the tips. Okay. And are arranged in acropetal order. So what do you mean by acropetal order? The older ones to the bottom and the younger ones to the top. So ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಹಳೆ ಎಲೆಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಎಲೆಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ, ತುದಿಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಎಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, in the acropetal order. So they are important vegetative organs for photosynthesis. So take it down. First, then we go to the parts of the leaf. So take down, there are three parts of the leaf: leaf base, petiole, and lamina. Leaf base at the internode, which helps in attachment, petiole, the stalk of the leaf, and the lamina, the flattened part. Take it down. Done. So look at this leaf base. So with this, the leaf is attached to the stem. The leaf is attached to the stem. Understand that the leaf is attached to the stem. So it may bear two lateral leaf-like structures called stipules. Okay, small ones, small projections like this. Stipules. In monocots, the leaf base expands into the sheath. Can you see this? So if the stalk is there, it is not just directly coming out. It will cover the stem partially or wholly. Whereas, excuse me, in leguminous plants, okay, like all these grams, the leaf maze may be swollen like this, swollen, and it is called as pulvinous leaf base. So take it down. Done. Okay. Now we go to the next part, petiole. Petiole is basically the stalk of the leaf. Okay. It helps to hold the leaf blade to the light. So it is a long, thin, flexible, allow the leaf blades to flutter in the wind, thereby cooling effect, bringing the leaf fresh air to the leaf. What is happening in the leaf? There is transpiration. So water is converted to water vapor and there is slight humidity around the leaves. So if there is breeze or when they move, what will happen? Water vapor will be taken off from the leaf and the leaf will flutter in the surface. Are you understanding? Leaf will flutter in the surface. So keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. So in some case, even the petiole will get modified into leaf-like structure. We'll study that later. Done, students. So we'll go to the next part. Lamina. It is a green expanded part with veins and veinlets. So the middle prominent vein is called as the midrib, students. It's called as a midrib, which will have all the xylem and phloem. Okay, and it will provide rigidity to the lamina and acts as channel of transport of water and minerals and food materials because it has xylem and phloem. Next one, venation. If the veins are arranged parallelly, then it is called parallel venation. If they are arranged like a network, then it is called reticulate venation. So it is the arrangement of veins and veinlets in the leaf lamina. Take it down. Done. So we go to the next one. Take down reticulate venation. Veinlets in the form of a network. Parallel venation. Veinlets arranged parallelly. And so in leaves, we have two types, simple leaf and compound leaf. So in compound leaf, we have two types, pinnately compound and palmately compound. We'll come to it later. So take down simple leaf. Here the leaf lamina is entire. Can you see here? There is an entire leaf lamina, or when incise, the incision do not touch the midrib. So ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮಧ್ಯ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಚ್ ಬಂದ್ರು ಮಧ್ಯದವರೆಗೂ ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು. So that is called as a simple leaf. Take it down, students. That is called as a simple leaf. Done. Simple leaf. Next one. Take down compound leaf. Here the incisions of the lamina will reach the midrib. Will reach the midrib. So, and it will break them down into small leaflets. It will break them down into small leaflets. Are you understanding? This is called as compound leaf. Compound leaf. Okay. So, so nodili, a bud is seen in the axil of the petiole is simple and compound leaf, but not an axil of the leaflets of compound leaf. So, now main difference is the leaf basally. So you should understand that the leaf base will actually bring about this difference. Are you understanding? It will actually bring about this difference. Take down. Done. So here in compound leaf, we have two types, pinnately compound leaf. Pinna andreno, external ear. Okay, palmately, just like a palm. So we have two types, pinnately compound leaf and palmately compound leaf. So now we'll look at pinnately compound leaf. So pinnately compound leaf, in this the number of leaflets are present on a common axis called rachis, which represents the midrib of the leaf. Which represents the midrib of the leaf. Example, neem. Take it down. Example, neem. So, ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಯಾವುದು ಬೇವಿನ ಮರದ್ದು. So neem, so they are present like that. So that is a common example for pinnately compound leaf. So you would have also seen the leaf of tamarind, ಹುಣಸೆ ಮರದ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ. Okay, ಮತ್ತು ನುಗ್ಗೆಕಾಯಿ, all of those are pinnately compound leaves. Okay, pinnately compound leaf. Then we have palmately compound leaf. In this, the leaflets are attached to the common point, that is the tip of the petiole. Example, like silk cotton. Silk cotton, ನೀವು ಇದು ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರ, ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟರ್, ಎಳ್ಳೆಣ್ಣೆ ತಲೆಗೆ ಹಚ್ಕೋತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಯಿಲ್. Even that is a palmately compound leaf. Done. So next we go to the next part, phyllotaxy. So what is phyllotaxy? Phyllotaxy is the arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. Phyllotaxy is the arrangement of leaf on stem or branch. Okay. So it is of three types. Which are they? Alternate, opposite, and old. Alternate, opposite, and old. Take it down. Done. So now we go to alternate phyllotaxy. Look at this. Here, a single leaf will arise on each side. So, in each node, one is coming this side, the other one here. It is alternating. Okay. Whereas look at it, it is opposite. So a pair of leaf will arise from opposite sides. And in old, there are many leaves which will arise at the node. Are you understanding? There are many leaves which will arise at the old. So take down and also the examples. First, so write down students and please do write down the examples. So for alternate, China rose, mustard and sunflower. So opposite, calotropis and guava. Okay. For old, so take down Alstonia. Examples are very, very important, students. Then modification of leaves. So leaves are modified to perform functions other than photosynthesis. Okay. Example, tendrils. So what we studied, we also studied stem tendrils. So there, what is happening? The stem is modified. That is, the axillary bud is modified for different functions. Okay. So here, what is happening? The leaf is only modified. So there, they were stem tendrils. Here, what you are studying is the modification of the leaf. So the leaf is modified into tendril in the case of P. In the case of P. Okay. Next one, spines for defense. Spines for defense. Okay, take it out. Example, cacti. And fleshy leaves to store food. Example, onion and garlic. So take down. So what we eat in onion, we eat the fleshy leaves, even in garlic. Done. So now, so modification of leaves. The next one we'll see in certain plants, they would have become insectivorous. That means they consume insect. Example, pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, they are modified leaves. So why are they modified into these structures? They are modified into these structures because their soil is deficient in nitrogen. So to overcome that nitrogen deficiency, so the leaves are modified. The leaves are modified. Understand this. The leaves are modified. Okay. Then in Australian acacia, the leaves are small and they are short-lived, and their petioles expand to become green and they synthesize food. food. So take it down. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ petiole ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, the small stick-like structure, that will only get modified into a leaf-like structure. Okay. So take it down. Done. So go to the next one, flower and inflorescence. So look at it. A flower is basically a modified shoot, wherein the shoot apical meristems changes to floral meristems. The shoot apical meristem will change to floral meristems, and the internodes do not elongate, and the axis gets condensed. So the apex produces various floral appendages laterally and the successive nodes instead of leaves. So ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ನೋಡಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲೀಫ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Whereas in the inflorescence is basically a group of flowers. So successive nodes will have flowers instead of leaves. Okay. So when a shoot tip transforms into a flower, it is solitary. That means a single flower is seen. So take it down, students, fast. Done. So we go to the next part. What is inflorescence? See, the arrangement of flowers, okay, on a floral axis is called as inflorescence. Okay, then it's called as inflorescence. So based on whether the apex get converted into a flower or continues to grow. So if it is continuing to grow, it will be an indefinite growth, or else sometimes it will have a single small flower. Okay, so we have two types. One is racemose, the other one is cymose. Done. So now we go to the racemose inflorescence. So racemose, it has the main axis and it continues to grow. So it has the main axis and it continues to grow. So the flower bones are laterally in a acropetal succession. Laterally means all along the length in a acropetal succession. That means the older flowers to the bottom and the younger flowers to the top. Older flowers to the bottom and the younger flowers to the top. Next, after this, cymose. So it is the main axis that terminates in a flower. Hence, it is limited in growth. Hence, it is limited in growth. The so flowers are borne a basipetal manner. So what do you mean by basipetal manner? The old ones to the top and the young ones to the bottom. Take it down. Take it down. You can take down this diagram, okay? So this will help you in remembering this one and this one. Don't take this. So take it down. Done, students. So we go to the next part, the flower. So the individual unit. So flower is basically a reproductive unit in the angiosperms. It is meant for sexual reproduction. So flower has a stalk or the pedicel. If it's a leaf, it is the petiole. Whereas in a flower, it is called as the pedicel. So its swollen end is called as the thalamus or the receptacle. So this part is the thalamus or the receptacle on which all the floral whorls are born. That is calyx, corolla, idella thalamus ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So the reduced leaf found at the base of the pedicel, okay, is called as a bract. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, something like this. Can you see here? This is the bract. Okay. So the flower with bracts are called bracteate and those without bracts are called ebracteate. Take it down. Done. So we go to the next part. So a flower will have four kinds of whorls arranged on the thalamus: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Okay. So calyx and corolla are accessory whorls, also called as non-essential whorls, whereas androecium and gynoecium, they are called as the reproductive organs or the essential whorls. Either androecium or gynoecium or both androecium and gynoecium are present on a flower. So take it down. Done. Okay. Now we go to the next part, the flower. In the flower, some flowers like lily and calyx, okay, so the calyx and corolla are not distinct, okay. So what is happening here? The calyx and corolla are fused together to form a structure called as perianth. To form a structure called as perianth. Are you understanding? To form a structure called perianth. Okay. This perianth has individual units called tepals. Write down, this perianth has individual units called tepals. Okay. Has individual units called tepals. Done. Individual units called tepals. So when the flower is both androecium and gynoecium, it is bisexual. It is bisexual, also called monoecious. Okay. A flower having either only androecium or gynoecium is unisexual. That is dioecious. So take down. Done. So types of flowers. So we have three major types of flowers based on symmetry. Based on symmetry. So what is what are they? They are actinomorphic, zygomorphic, and asymmetrical. Actinomorphic means radial symmetry. Zygomorphic means bilateral symmetry. So remember in animal kingdom we did same type. Okay. And here we see asymmetry. That means irregularly shaped. So take it down. Then we'll give explanation for each one of them. Now we'll have actinomorphic flower. So what are actinomorphic flower? Here the flower can be divided into two equal halves or radial halves in any radial plane. No delay. If you cut it in this direction also, you get two equal halves. In this direction also, you get two equal halves. So in this direction also, you get two equal halves. Okay, this is radial symmetry. Take down example: mustard, okay, datura, and chili. Done. Now the next one. Take down zygomorphic flower. Okay, so only two equal halves. Can you see here? Take it down. Only two equal halves. Then the last one, asymmetrical flower. So if the flower is cut, you never get two equal halves. Okay, you can never get two equal halves. Done. Okay. So students, time up will continue in the next class. Okay. Thank you.